Business surgeon, and we're going to talk this week about what family is. If we're going to learn how to support them, we got to know how to recognize what all makes a family and the different types of families that we might come across in our centers. So let's dive right in. I'm going to share my screen with you. And here we go. So this is module 2, and I'm just going to open it up right here. You have 2 weeks for this module because there's a lot to cover, and I wanted to spread some of the things in it out a little bit. Here's just an overview of the module. There may be many reasons you decided to take this course. Most of you are already working in childcare and trying to get higher certifications, but you might be a brand new student, a more traditional student, and thinking about a career working with children, or you may be using it to meet a general education requirement. You might be a parent and want more information, just trying to educate yourself, or any number of reasons. But it's designed, no matter what your reason, it's designed to give you a better understanding of how to support all children and families and to interact, that interact with the early childhood professionals who care for them, and that's you. So this module explores what it means to be a family. We'll be spending time in this chapter reading and viewing content that will help us identify the diversity of family structures and ways that families exist. Part of how families happen is through love and courtship, whether that happens naturally between a heterosexual couple or more intentionally in a same-sex couple or someone who's single and wanting to raise a child or children. You will also have the opportunity to read several articles that will give insight to other diverse families in both membership and in structure. The first module, our first real module, last week was a module 2. So this is module 2, but this first module of content has awesome content for you both to read and to view. And I hope that you find the text, the articles, and the videos engaging and informative. And it's my hope that this content will spark ideas for you about the important role early childhood professionals play in supporting families. So please look over the whole module. It has several components for you to complete during the next 2 weeks. And the deadlines are embedded in the module itself, so make sure you follow the due dates so that we can all benefit from each other's experience and ideas. So this week, the standard that we're meeting is NAEYC Key Competency 2A, which is to know about, understand, and value the diversity of families. And the learning objectives for the chapter, it's chapter 5, are to identify various structures of families, examine the typical developmental trajectory of families, and to investigate the cultural differences in dating, marriage, and divorce. So some things you're going to do in this module: you're going to read the content, which is the chapter and some articles. You're going to view the posted videos. You're going to organize your learning thoughts with a skeletal outline, and I've got a link to that below. You're going to have a discussion with your classmates. You're going to learn about our key assessment, which is a case study of virtual family assignment. And you're going to have a chance to earn extra credit by sharing your reflections on a TED Talk on cultural humility. So here's this note taker called a skeletal outline. You're going to find one in every module designed for you to use to capture the main content. And it's helpful for integrating the content. And it's recommended that you use it as a way of capturing some of what you're learning, because then it'll be easier to use on your assignments and your class discussion and things like that. So this is what it looks like. And I explain here, the skeletal outline is to use with the module. It provides space for you to take notes as you move through it, and it will help you learn methods for being an active learner. And you'll be able to refer to the notes for assignments and projects, discussions, etc. So please use it to make note of what you would like to remember and perhaps even revisit. Use it in a way that makes the most sense to you, but do be thorough, submitting college-level work and not just the bare minimum. These notes should make it obvious to your instructor that you explored the learning content of the course. So you can either download this with this button right here, make it your own, type within it, and then upload it when it's time to turn it in, or you can print it and do handwritten notes. If you do that, that's great. I have no problem with your handwritten notes, but you need to then scan it to create a PDF or a file of some sort, not submit it as a picture when you're done. So Yeah, you'll just either download or print this as you start the chapter. Next, you have your reading. Chapter 5, what is a family? And then you're going to select at least 2 of these articles to read. You can read them all if you want. They would definitely all be beneficial. But they're just going to provide you opportunities to learn about more different types of family structures. And then you'll need to take notes on at least 2 of them in your skeletal outline. I also want you to watch these videos this week. None of them are very long, but I do hope that they'll give you some insight about different family structures. And then you have a quiz about what is family, and that's from the chapter reading. You're going to engage in discussion. I want you to notice the due dates on the discussion. It is not opening the same day that the class opens, because I know that I did it because I know that a lot of times students wait until the weekend to start their work. And I wanted to give you time, on discussions. You have to make your initial post within 48 hours to get full credit. It's only a 2-point deduction if you don't, but you have to make your initial post within 48 hours to get full credit. So I want those 48 hours to not start until Thursday, and then you've got a chance at least to, if you've put it off till the weekend, to get your work turned in. So it won't open till the weekend or till Thursday, and then it will close the following week. And it does close when it's due, as with all discussions. You can't go back and add to discussions later, because then you're not really discussing. So make sure you're staying on top of your discussions. And this gives you directions about what you're going to do in reviewing all of the families that are written about on pages 59 through 63 of chapter 5. How do you see your role in supporting these families in your early childhood environments? What level of comfort do you have with these different types of families? And you might write about, a couple that you're very comfortable with, a couple you might not be comfortable with. What might be challenging for you? What are some strategies you could use to help you in working on your biases? Because if you're uncomfortable or challenged, it's probably because you have some kind of bias that you may or may not have been aware of in the past. So what are you going to do to try to get over those biases? Your post should be 1 to 2 paragraphs long and should provide your unique perspective. And then this kind of says some of the same stuff I just said. Make sure you give your classmates something to respond to. Just summarizing what it says in the book doesn't give them anything to respond to, and so forth. So by the deadline, that's the due date, you need to have replied to 2 of your comments, of your classmates' posts, comment on theirs. When you're writing to them, ask a question or for clarification, or you can provide support or an example, but make sure that you're adding content, not just saying, oh, I agree with you, that's great, thanks. And then make sure that you are meeting all the criteria, which is linked here, and the rubric can be found by clicking here, show rubric. This tells you exactly how to get all your points, which includes referring to the resources from the week, videos, articles, chapter, whatever. And don't forget your artifact with a brief explanation. Okay, so that's your discussion for this week. Here's where you'll submit your skeletal outline that we already talked about. We do have a Zoom on Thursday, the 29th. In that Zoom, we're going to talk about your key assessment, and we will go over it. And later that night, you'll get a chance to claim your virtual family for your key assessment, but I don't want you to be able to do that until after we talk. So here's where that is. We'll go over these documents in our Zoom, and one of them is that you will select a virtual family to work with. I can show you here. You've got these descriptions of all these different families, okay? Case study 1, case study 2, all these different families that you can choose from. The Daly family, the Gonzalez family, the Richmond family, and so forth. And then this kind of tells you about the workflow for your key assessment, a further description of the key assessment. So we'll talk about all of this more in depth in our Zoom. And then once we've gotten off of our Zoom, oh, sorry, before that, I put this in there first because you can start on it immediately on the day that the module opens. This is some extra credit. You can watch this YouTube video, and for 5 extra points, you can write 2 to 3 paragraphs about it. And then as you respond to others, you can get a point for each reply that you make to others. Well, there's that discussion. Right here. We somehow skipped over it. It was where I thought it should be. Okay, so, oh, this is it. Sorry, I thought this was a whole separate page. This is your discussion. And to earn your grade for this discussion, it doesn't have to meet all of the normal criteria. To earn your points for this discussion, you're going to claim your family. Okay, so this opens on August 29th. I think I have it set for 8:30 p.m. So after we get out of our Zoom, you'll be able to open this, read more in detail about the families, and claim your family. And you're going to claim it because once one is claimed, it's taken. Nobody else can claim it. So if you want your first pick, then get in there quickly. And that's it. Like I said, that's this doesn't go with the normal discussion criteria. This is just 5 points, not 30. And this is going to stay open because this is where through the course you can come back to and ask questions about your key assessment. So there, now we've finished the week, and I will go to end of the week. And here it is. Hopefully you learned by the time you get here about the diversity of families and what it means to be a family. And thanks for sticking with me. Thanks for watching the video. As always, reach out if you have any questions. I love to hear from you.